Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed if you are. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, while you're at it, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this podversation/reality chat. On the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, again, Hotel, he is just annoyed and frustrated because Melody doesn't want to be around him. She doesn't want to film with him. She doesn't want his name anymore. She discarded him. She discarded that. And I believe, in my personal opinion, that she's soon about to discard being a part of the show. I could be wrong, but I'm just basing it off of what I feel and what I see and all of the shenanigans and the illegal activities that he has involved himself in to try to tear her down. And there's only so much toxicity anybody can take in their lives. Everyone has their limits. Everyone has their levels. And this cretin, this psychopath, I believe, would go to no ends to try to, in some way, shape, or form, tear her down, even though that was his wife for many years. But we know that it was for his benefit, not really for hers. And also it was for the lifestyle that he was able to achieve while he was with her, because it actually is a statistical fact. I'm not saying this about all Black males. Hotel is not a man, he's a male. So this is not about all men who are African American, but more so when it involves an African American male and an African American female that are married, the male tends to benefit more in the situation. There's always exclusions. There's always exceptions to the rule. I get that. So I'm not saying that every Black male that gets married is a loser. I'm not saying that. But there is a vast majority. That's why the statistics are out there that African American males benefit more when they're married versus when they are single, because that African American female, and I'm speaking strictly about those who marry the same ethnicity. I'm not talking about African American males who marry outside of their own ethnicity, because we know that that happens a lot too. And usually when that happens, they tend to be in a position where they are really great financially, and they will go and take it to another community, shall we say, and it benefits that community more than the others. And I'm speaking from knowing in my own family that's happened. I have a sibling that married someone who's Asian many, many years ago. And I mean, he's trash. He's done well in his life, but he helps out her family more than he helps out his own mom and dad. So go figure. I'm just saying that happens a lot. But this isn't about me. I'm just speaking in terms of Hotel and the way that he viewed marriage. He viewed marriage as, well, I did good in it because I had somebody who was there for me. And that's unfortunately how a lot of, not every, so again, I'm not saying every African-American male, but a lot of them who do get married to African-American women, sometimes they just see it as an opportunity to do well, to have someone to be able to take care of them, to help them out. And of course, if they get sick, you remember years ago, seasons ago, when he had to undergo surgery, she was separating from him at the time, and he was still expecting her to be there for him to take care of him. And she did still help him, but she was letting him know, like, yeah, we're going to be separated. He really was not thinking about his own actions, which caused her to be in that state of mind to say, look, I get it. You need to have surgery, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be still rocking out together. So anyway, I digress. He was still trying to make Melody's absence about him. And when Latisha kind of let him know, like, look, she didn't really go into any details about you. It's really more so about the entirety of the group, that things are just still fresh. and she doesn't feel like she wants to be a part of it, he still tried to insinuate that, well, yeah, it has to be about me. That's how delusional he is. Everything isn't about you. Yeah, you absolutely are right that she doesn't want to be around you, but that doesn't mean that this entirety of her not wanting to be a part of this comeback group initiative means that it's all about you. But with him, everything has to be about him. But with that being said, even though he wanted to make everything about him, he could not keep his eyes in his sockets, which was kind of, if you saw his face, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but his eyes were focused on Latisha's BBL, okay? She had on these jeans that were skin tight. I was almost like, not that I was looking at that, but I was like, girl, how did you even get into those? That I'm hoping that those have spandex in them because it looks uncomfortable. That was my personal opinion when they started talking about it. Because even Stormy mentioned, she was like, well, look, I am a female and I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it. She definitely wanted to be seen. She definitely wanted to be noticed. And it's definitely a shift, because if you saw her in the first season up until where she is now, it's almost like it's a completely different person. I'm not knocking a woman who has had children that is doing things to freshen themselves up and do things for their own body. I believe that she had a BBL, even though Hotel is a liar. He did comment about her surgeries when he was going back and forth with Marcel seasons ago and saying that Latisha had a BBL, whatever else. I don't remember if he named all of the surgeries, but pretty much saying that she had a mommy makeover and she still can't get your attention. So with that being said, I'm not against a woman doing things for themselves. She just strikes me as the type that did it for her husband. And that's always the wrong reason to do anything. If you go to my other YouTube channel, which I have a link to in my description box, I talk about plastic surgery and I talk about the reasons if a woman is going to do it, what they should be doing, what they need to be aware of, and the right and the wrong reasons for doing so. But Hotel, he couldn't keep his eyes off of that. He could not. He even was staring at it so much that Marceau even said something about it. And he was like, well, look, I mean, she clearly has been in the gym. I don't know about that. I don't know about her being in the gym, but she definitely was on, in my personal opinion, some surgeon's operating table, and that helped. So, yeah, keep it toned and tight after you have the surgeries and you go to the gym every once in a while. Okay, cool. Try to watch what you eat. But he couldn't keep his eyes off of it, and Marceau said something about it. And he's like, well, yeah, look, she clearly has been in the gym, I guess maybe more so than you. And that's what Hotel said to Marceau. And Latisha, she flips her hair and she was loving the compliment. You could tell that it was something that she was enjoying. And it's weird to me, but a woman that can't really get the attention of her own husband, I guess, if you get catcalls or construction workers that are whistling at you or saying, hey, baby, or whatever, then it kind of makes you feel good because you don't really get that attention from your own husband. We know that he's been trying to have them live in separate spaces so he can, quote unquote, do the renovations in the day and go to sleep at night and doesn't have to leave the premises while he's doing all of that work. So he would rather sleep with sawdust and nails all around, sheetrock dust and all of that stuff versus sleeping in a nice clean townhome, apartment, duplex, or even a house or whatever it is in the bed with his own wife. Very, very weird. So yeah, I guess she was loving the attention that she was getting from Hotel because she was flipping the hair and smiling and acting like she wasn't taking it in, but she was loving it. She definitely was loving it. And so I just had to talk about that because he really wanted to make Melody's absence about him. Even when Latisha tried to shut him down to say, look, she didn't really go into all of that. It's more so about everybody, and everything is just still really fresh. So, yeah, he says, it has to be about me. And I was like, oh my God, nigga, everything is not about you. Everything is not about you. And, and that those BBL cheeks showcasing in those tight jeans that she had on, that helped to lift his spirits. So I guess she was giving him a little bit of a show and trying to help him put a smile on his face, since Melody couldn't be there to make him feel aroused. So anyway, guys, you let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.